See how that go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And you guys are a part of the world's most dangerous podcast. Straight shooting. Stevie Ray. Hello, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Labor Day weekend. You know, it's certain things you shouldn't do on Labor Day. And I make sure I don't do them. And what I don't do on Labor Day is work or wash clothes. If you wash clothes, something bad may happen to you. It's an old superstition. What's going on, Kron? What's going on, J-Dog? What's going on, Kush? What's up, Punisher? Everybody's in the house. Woody, what's going on with you, brother? A few more other people out there that's watching right now on Instagram as we speak. That's right, Kush. Labor Day was a chill, man. But I'm going to tell you, brother, even on Labor Day, I'm at the gym, man. I'm still at the gym. You know? That's what I do. Still had to go in and get a little pump. Just didn't sit well with myself. But I watched my boys in Indianapolis racing, drag racing. My boy Antoine Brown wins Top Fuel. I had to send him a congratulations was at hand. But that's the way things go, y'all. But like I said, appreciate everybody joining the show tonight. Yeah, Antoine went out there and did his thing, man. He went out there and did his thing, and he's coming on. They're going into the playoffs now. And I would bet, if I'm betting on somebody, I put my money on Antoine, man. Top Fuel. That's my boy. I've been knowing him a long time, man. Big wrestling fan. All those guys. My boy Cruz Petragon made it to the semifinals. As usual, he messed something up. Right when he got out the gate, he leading. I don't know what happened, man. I think a cylinder or something like that. He lost power. One of the old gremlins, and if he hadn't done that, Cruz would have made the finals. Not saying he would have won, but he would have made the finals. But that's where the old mop flops, man, in professional drag racing. That's how the old mop flops, man. It doesn't take but one little single solitary thing to mess up, man. What's up, real cool? But like I was saying, man, hope everybody had a great weekend, a long weekend, man. Long weekend. I'm talking about the weekend. I mean, Monday felt like Sunday to me. How many of you guys that Monday felt like Sunday? That crazy? That crazy? Monday felt like Sunday. I had to remind myself, man, it's Monday. It's not Sunday. Sunday was the day before. But sometimes, man, I get to doing so many things that I just lose track of time, bro. I just lose track of time. And the summer's supposed to be all, what you say, Kush? Summertime done? Not here, bro. Not here. Hey, Queen, what's up? Queen says, laugh out loud. No one was trying to find something um, on that account. Forgot. I had it on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Getting your days mixed up. I'm like, Labor Day is not, like I said, man, I don't really, I don't really sweat holidays, man. I'm not a real holiday guy. Never have been. Uh, but if you can get off work, hell, that's holiday enough. You know? But some of these other holidays, 4th of July, Columbus Day, George Washington birthday, all these. If you work for the government, man, you get all kind of days off for holidays. Some of them I don't even understand why they're holidays. But if you can get off work, hey, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. But all y'all boys know, what is the talk of the sports world? Well, the talk of the wrestling world is CM Punk being fired. Okay? I had so many people hit me up by CM Punk behind what I think of it. And like I said, bro, like I said last week, could be a work. I don't know. And the talk of the sports world is Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes coming down here to Texas and beating TCU. Unbelievable and a very, very entertaining football game if anybody out there watched it. Very, 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 very entertaining football game. And then after the game, here come the critics. Here come the critics like that fat slaphead Jason Whitlock. What a dick-sucking piece of crap he is, man. There's one thing I hate about a man. The ones that got to give fellatio to keep a job. I can't stand a punk. I can't stand a pussy. I can't. And I don't give a shit what nobody say about it. I don't. But this piece of crap, I don't like how Deion Sanders brought race into his post interview. It just behooves me when a person asks you a direct question and you give them a direct answer and it offends you. But when you give them a roundabout answer, you're offended and he wasn't being forthcoming. How does shit work? Somebody tell me that. How does shit work? What is it about everyday conversation in plain English that you don't get? Why is that? Ask me a question, I'm going to tell you straight up what I feel. And I don't give a shit if it hurt your feelings or not. Other than that, don't ask me shit. Because if this is the way I feel about it, that's the way I feel about it. Especially when I'm being honest and I'm being forthcoming and I'm telling the truth. Now, if I give you some roundabout bullshit, like I don't know what I'm talking about, or like I don't want you to know what I'm talking about, then that's a whole nother story. But I can respect a man's honesty way before he gives me an answer and he talks around the question I was asked, like politicians do. black politicians do. I was looking at the news the other day, and they were talking about me and Vince Russo. We did a show last week about the guy that came into the dollar store and just started shooting people because he hated them. Me and Vince on the Black and White podcast last week, we did a segment on that. Then I'm looking at the news. Can't remember, it might have been Fox News. Situation comes up where they brought that up. And the one guy, black guy, Leo Terrell, another fellatio-giving piece of crap, he talked about everything but what happened. Wait, I'm like, the question was pretty simple. He started talking about all kind of other stuff. We don't see this anymore. We don't see that anymore. Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Wait a minute, what about the basic question? The manifesto of hate. What about that? Only thing I'm looking for is honesty. At least this guy that came in and did stuff, he showed what he was and he was true about who he is. Even though I don't like people like that, I appreciate his honesty. At least people know how to approach you. You got hate in your heart, I'll approach you like you got hate in your heart. Instead of the guy who act like he got love in his heart, who actually got hate in his heart when you turn around and walk the other way. Be who you are. What's wrong with that? I used to say the same thing about Donald Trump. I don't agree with none of his policies, but at least he shows you who he is. At least he shows you who he is. How hard is that? I wish most politicians was like that. Don't mean I'm gonna vote for you. But at least they show me who you are. Now, hold on, guys. Now, let's get to old CM Punk. Man, I don't know what to say about the CM Punk thing. I don't know if it's the work, I don't know. But I'm a big fan of CM Punk, man. I think we need him on professional wrestling. I like the guy. I'm sorry, I do. I've always been a Real Cool said he can't stand Leo Terrell. The guy used to be an advocate. But I'll get to that in a minute, Real Cool. I was talking about CM Punk. But, you know, you get me on one subject, man, I go off on another subject just because I seen what you wrote, you know. But hold on a second, Law. But I don't know how y'all feel about CM Punk. But I like me some CM Punk, man. I'm sorry. And I think he's good for television, man. Guy's a hell of a worker. Hey, if he's gotten himself fired, what can you do? Somebody's asking me, how would WCW handle someone like Punk? It all depends on where you are on the totem pole. You dig? Certain people, just like anything else, can get away with stuff depending on where they are on the totem pole. And certain people, you know what I'm saying, they can't even spit on the sidewalk. Somebody either jumping in their ass or they getting fired, you know? So, like I said, it all depends. Some people get away with you heard the old adage, some people get away with murder. You've heard that. And y'all know what they're talking about. You know, the system ain't fair, man, but some people bring in so much. You know, it's like a basketball team. Certain people can get away with stuff because, hey, without him on the team, we don't have a very good chance of winning. Or a certain quarterback, a certain running back or wide receiver, man, we need, or a certain defensive player, we need those guys because our chances our chance of winning goes up substantially because they're that good. But then you got the guy who might be a starter, but the guy playing behind him might be just as good. So when he mess up, it's like, see you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. I mean, that's just the way it is, bro. Have you have? Wait a minute. Who was that? Calcutta. Have you seen on many news sites that there are a lot of people complaining about his behavior and how he treated people behind the scene? Just today, someone announced that CM Punk is going to wrestle with AAA. No, I didn't see that. But it doesn't surprise me, Calcutta. It doesn't surprise me. You got to realize something, man. Some people, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this phrase, but some people are just a malcontent. You ever heard that phrase? Do you know what it means? CM Punk and the Brothers Hart, it was a good era. I think so. But like I was saying, has anybody ever heard the word malcontent that's directed toward an individual? Do you know what that means? That kind of person that has that kind of moniker, it actually means I don't care what you do, he ain't never satisfied. Now, I don't know if that applies to CM Punk because I've met CM Punk,
Power off.
and I'm going to be honest with you, man. I can only judge people by, especially if I've met them and know them. That's all I can judge them by. I never had to wrestle with, a guy like that. And guys like that, the thing about professional wrestling, what you guys may not understand is certain guys that have this certain attitude, the locker room deals with them, not the office, the locker room. But maybe today's locker room is not like the locker rooms I came up in. Because see, the locker rooms I came up in, man, if you was one of those guys that went against the grain, you got dealt with. You dig? You got dealt with. Now, I'm not going to go into everything that goes down. Like I've said on the show before, I don't really get into a lot of the, behind the scenes type things that we do. And I always tell people, go get that from somebody else. You're not going to get it from me. But I can't share this. I can tell you this. If you're hard to work with, you get dealt with. Now you guys can use your imagination in every which kind of way if you want to. That's up to you. But when a locker room Because this is the thing, man. The fans like you guys, they pay good money. They pay real good money to see us do what we do. And you don't want the locker room uncomfortable with certain people. You don't want it. And when Punisher, you something else, man. At the end of the day, bro, you don't want to walk into a locker room that's got a real off-kilter feeling to it with certain people in it. I know I don't want to. If people like that, I don't want to work with. When I tell the office I don't want to work with them. And if the office don't do nothing, then the boys got to do what they got to do. And when the boys do what they have to do, it is what it is, bro. Everybody turn the other way. You know what I'm saying? Just like any other close-knit organizations. There's certain things that's going to go down and didn't nobody see nothing. Didn't nobody know nothing. Didn't nobody hear nothing. It is what it is. So what can you do? I'll tell you what you can do. You can get your shit together. Because see, you get like three times to get your shit together. And it's being documented, but you don't even know. And then when it get to that third time, I'm going to just leave it at that. Because see, the third time, I don't know nothing, dog. I didn't see nothing. My name is Bennett, and I ain't eating much in it. Can you dig it? That's how I go in the pro wrestling business, bro. So whoever asked that question, I think that was a great question. And I'm going to just give you the outline. You can use your imagination for the rest. Because see, I respect the business. And it's just like being in the mob. You know what I'm saying? If you get arrested, you don't talk. You don't know nothing. Don't ask me. Go ask somebody else. I think the situation that Punk went downhill once Punk tried to attack Tony Khan before Punk went out for the all-in event. Apparently, a huge group of wrestlers couldn't get along with Punk. I think Punk may have fallen into the nail situation. Calcutta, that may be true. That may be true. Frankly, I don't know, but that may be true. But at the end of the day, hey, like my mama used to always tell me, boy, you better know your beans from your cornbread. Now, I don't know if your mother ever told, any of you guys' mother ever told you that, but at the end of the day, you know what it means. And if you don't know what it means, you didn't grow up the way I grew up. Sonny Ono, what's up?
Just got back, man. Just got back.
Now, Sonny, I seen the post that you was out there being a translator. I think you was out there. I know you speak broken Japanese. I don't know how good it is. You know, I've heard people tell. I heard Masachono said, you know, he had to step in one time when you was translating for him to get everything right. But maybe your Japanese has gotten better since then. Frankly, I don't know. But I hope you did a good job. Did you do a good job, man? That's all I want to know.
All I know is I got paid.
See that? You don't even care about if you did a good job or not, right?
No, you kidding me? Shit, I mean, I'm there for payday. What the fuck?
You didn't mess any words up, Sonny?
No, I'm not. No, they asked me. I got the job done.
I mean, I know you can get the job done, but you know, do you have to, go over a question 2 or 3 times before you get it right?
No, I just made the shit up as it went.
Now, how did that deal go, man? Why don't you tell us about it? Tell us the whole thing, how it
I was
transpired.
there with Starcast. Conrad Thompson and Starcast had asked me to see if I can get Tochoki Kawada, who is considered the All Japan. The All Japan was not being broadcast in the United States. The Japan star.
Hey, man, your microphone. I'm not picking you up very good. I don't know
Okay.
if you need to get a little closer or
Can you hear me better?
open it up a little bit. Yeah, I even got the guys talking about it on the show about your volume.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get. All right. Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I hear you a little better.
All right.
Kush, does it sound a little better? He'll let me know. Go ahead.
Anyway, so they they asked me if we could get him. So I knew Mr. Kawada had
Okay, Kush. Go ahead.
he quit wrestling and he never really officially retired.
Okay.
But that was like 13 plus years ago.
Okay.
But he been running a restaurant like a lot of the legend wrestler do in Japan.
What, he's cooking some Benihana type food? Where you watch him cut it
Yeah,
up?
he does ramen. He has a
What?
ramen place, ramen and drinking place.
Roma noodles?
Yeah, not the kind of you buy when you buy in a package you eat when you're poor in the college, but yeah, ramen.
Hey, I still like noodles, bro.
Well, yeah, well I know you grew up poor, so you probably buy those 10-cent packages. But they taste
I
better
never ate noodles when I was a kid. I just started eating noodles till I got in the fucking wrestling business.
because you're poor. That's how that works.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah, he has a ramen place in Tokyo.
Uh-huh.
So I had to do some little research, find him, find his manager, and made a deal to bring him here. He didn't want to come, because he cooks every meal at the restaurant, you know.
Wow.
So I had to make sure that I got to make sure that it was make it worthwhile for him to close the restaurant for 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
And so I got him there and his manager, and my job. I told Conrad, I said, listen, if I'm gonna bring these people in, you're gonna have to give me a credit card so I can show them good time.
Right.
And Conrad said, do it just like what you did when you were back in New Japan days. Make them feel like, And my Eric always said, treat them like where you want to be treated and where they treat us when we go to Japan. So
Eric didn't go to Japan with me, but go ahead.
yeah, that was because you was wrong group.
Don't worry about that. I'm just saying all Japanese people should be like all the rest of them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you were dealing with some people with some digit missing and stuff. So
It don't matter. They should treat me right.
well, okay, Black Bummer.
They should treat me right.
You should have known better when they called you guys Black Bummer.
Look, I didn't know anything. I didn't know about the Black Bomber till I landed. Till I landed. They done tricked me. They done tricked us.
A lot of imaginations here. Or two big black guys from America. What do you want to call them? Yeah. The war has. These people still remember about the war. Let's just call them Black Bombers.
The Black Bombers. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway,
I haven't forgot it. I'm like an elephant. I've told people on this show many times. I'm like an elephant. I don't forget anything.
Right.
You see that elephant wreck that community over in India?
Yeah.
That's me.
Got a little upset.
Yeah, that's me. I don't forget nothing.
Yeah.
It take me 20 years.
Tokyo Inn.
Yeah.
Pancake. No more pancake for that big brother. No, just give him salad.
Yeah, give me a salad in the morning, 7 in the morning. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
So I finally negotiated a deal, brought him in, and picked him up. I did all the right. I went over there early, met him at the airport, picked him up. Took the limo to the hotel.
Uh-huh.
And took care of him, and took him out to dinner.
Okay.
And we did a signing. The Conrad told me he had because we were worried. I mean, I was in a sense. So was he. He hadn't been here in 38 years.
That long?
38 years.
Oh, wow.
because he last time he was here, he was a like young boy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, at San Antonio and Calgary,
Right.
and um, so like when Yuji came over, they're
Mm-hmm.
young boys and they're supposed to come over here and learn the ropes,
Right.
and but and he hasn't been back for 38 years.
Oh wow.
We have to make sure, and we didn't know because all Japan stuff was never televised here. So only
Okay.
people who knows about the all Japan, the Baba, all Japan's Baba, great Baba,
Right.
giant Baba, and but a lot of those guys used to trade tapes of their matches, the hardcore guys,
Right.
and so I didn't know how many people were going to show up. How many people know about him. He's considered. The Baba called them four pillars.
Mm-hmm.
Taue, Misawa, Kobashi,
Mm-hmm.
and of course uh, uh, Kawada, and they have some. I'm gonna tell you if those of us listening out there, go to YouTube and look at some of them tag team match between four pillars of heaven. It
Mm.
is so stiff.
Right.
It looked like they were really trying to kill each other. And matter of fact, I asked him. I said, why so? He says it was real to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and but so they wanted to do a talk show, so I did a
Right.
talk show. So I made a deal to do for him to agree to do a talk show, and
Okay.
but 3 days before, just matter of fact, beginning of last week, I said, Conrad, he don't speak in English, right?
Right.
He goes, yeah. Well, how are you going to do a talk show? Conrad said, well, I was hoping maybe you could. I said, okay, I will, but didn't you ask me earlier?
Right.
But it's going to cost you. He didn't care.
Okay.
So,
Right.
but no, so we did the talk show with Eddie Kingston, asking questions, me translating or
Mm-hmm.
interpreting, and
Right.
I was amazed.
So
He
how long did the show last?
The show lasted about an hour and about 40 minutes.
Of just one interview?
Just yeah. In Kingston asking question to Kawada,
Okay.
and Conrad told me he was second most pre-sale for autograph,
Oh really?
which really surprised me because
That
Sting was
surprises me
there.
too.
Yeah. So, but a lot of people came out of woodwork because he hadn't been here forever.
Right.
They didn't want to miss that chance. So
Right.
that's what a lot of people said when they came over. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so it was real good, and I went. Then
Well,
I
who
went.
I know. I know Eddie Kingston is a big fan of his. Is he the one that set that whole thing up?
He went over. Always talks about him,
Right.
and so Eddie Kingston was over there on All Japan's a G1 tournament
Right.
last month, and he asked him. He wanted to go see his idol, Toshiyuki Kawada. So he went to his restaurant, and
Uh
he
huh.
said, "Please, I'd like to invite you to come to America, put this thing together." And he didn't, so he's the one who didn't initiate the invite
Okay.
to make this happen, and I'm the one who made it happen.
Okay.
And you know, and of course, right after that, Ric Flair calls me because
Okay.
Conrad and Ric Flair is the father-in-law, you know thing.
Yeah. No.
Rick had a bit. He wanted to do some business in Japan. He asked Conrad, I need to get a hold of this person and that person. Said, and Conrad said, call Sonny.
Oh, okay.
So, I got a project I'm working on that for Rick. I mean, and all the boys, um, if I can still use that term, but all the guys were very, very. They came out of woodwork and wanted to, meet Kawada Sound because we went to AEW, the pay-per-view, All
Right.
In, on Sunday.
Right.
Right, our talk show was on Sunday. He got done
Right.
about he went from 12 to about almost 2 o'clock.
Okay.
Then we went over there to because that was at United Center,
Right.
and we were at Schaumburg,
Okay.
a little bit of ways, about 40 minutes. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we went over there. Tony Khan was there. Stopped the booking meeting, came to let us in, and then Tony tells a story. He was really over meeting Kawada.
Uh-huh.
Thank him for coming and so on, so on, so on, but Tony, no joke. Tony put me over. He said Sonny Ono was the first person I tried to hire as a heel manager.
Oh, okay.
I had 8 weeks worth of program written for him, but I couldn't get him. And I said, don't put that on me. I said, Dragon at that time, Dragon, he wanted to hire me and Dragon to do a thing.
Right.
But the Dragon was going back to Japan and taking a position with his original company, Dragon Gate, in Japan.
Okay.
So the timing, just didn't work.
Right.
So.
Right.
But yeah. So yeah, Tony was great, gracious, considering all the stuff that went down with Punk and all that.
Right.
So.
Well, that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But that's been the talk of the wrestling.
Yeah.
That's been the talk of the wrestling world.
Punk hasn't responded to what Tony firing him publicly at the arena.
Right.
So, I don't know how that goes down. I don't know. I don't know the details.
I don't think any of us do.
So
I don't think any of us do.
Yeah. Well, we know it ain't a storyline. I know that.
Well, like I was talking to the guys, and I was like, somebody asked me how would you guys have dealt with the attitude like CM Punk back in the day. That kind of attitude really doesn't even get a chance to fluster.
Well, yeah, if you asked me that question, I would tell you. I don't know what you said, but you wouldn't even get close to the office. Boys were taking care of it.
Well, that's what I told him. I said those kind of situations start in the dressing room.
And stayed in
and they end in the dressing room.
Right, that's what I mean.
They start in the dressing room and they end in the dressing room.
And nobody goes to the boss and goes, hey, Stevie Ray threatened me.
Right.
No, first of all, none of the boys would do that. I mean, at least the people I know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
No, it's like the dressing room is for men, not pussies.
Try that with a man.
No pussies allowed.
Try that with Haku.
Yeah. It is what it is. And like I was telling the fam, you get dealt with.
Yeah.
You get dealt with. And you don't even know when it's coming.
Yeah. You're right.
No bitches allowed. I'm sorry. I mean, it's just, I don't know how to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No bitches allowed.
Well,
and some people, and I also, like I was telling the fam, certain people are high up on the totem pole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They can get away with certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they can't get away with disrespect.
Yeah.
You might can get away with certain things as far as finishes, as far as certain things you want to do and you don't want to do and things of that nature, and you can come to a medium. But when it comes down to everyday disrespect, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
Because now that just elevates what you really have become or what you really are.
Yeah.
Then you become that cancer
You're
that
right.
nobody wants you around. And when
You're
nobody
right.
wants you around, brother, nobody's going to make you look like the way you're supposed to look. And that's not fair.
Well,
Two.
amazing thing about pro wrestling, which I find it uh, is that despite how you feel about the guy in the ring with you or having a program with you,
Mm-hmm.
you still, what was amazing to me, you still went in the ring and you did your job.
Well, really and truly, with all due respect, and I don't know how many times I've said this on this show, I didn't get in the wrestling business to be friends with anyone.
No.
I got in the wrestling business because I like doing it. If I'm friends with you, I'll take that back. Cordial,
Yeah.
just like any other job I've ever had. I never went to work to be friends with my coworkers. I went to work to be respected by my coworkers.
Hmm.
That's all I'm willing to give you. If we become friends, okay, that's cool. If we don't, if you work beside me, you need to do your job because I'm going to do my job, and we can get this job done so we can get paid.
Yeah.
It ain't romper room. It ain't the third grade. It ain't fucking kindergarten.
You
I
know,
ain't running. I ain't running around playtime. That ain't me. And
you
that's
know,
how I've
I
always handled professional wrestling in my head.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be cool with everybody. But if we ain't cool, we ain't cool. I don't give a shit.
I
But
can
once
only
we get in the ring, it's my job. If my job is to make Sonny Ono look great, that's my job,
yeah,
whether I like you or not.
yeah,
Because if I'm a professional, and I'm going to say this once, if I say it once, I say it 1,000 times. You are either a professional or you're not.
yeah.
There's no in
Well, that's
between.
it. And what's
No in
amazing
between.
thing, yeah, what's amazing thing is that because what you do in a ring is physical,
Mm-hmm.
um, people can take a advantage of that, but they don't. 90% of the time, they don't, despite how you feel about the guy who you're working with. And that's amazing what you just said, professionalism. Um,
No,
I can
it's
only,
professional wrestling.
yeah,
It's not the bro show.
yeah, and I can only tell you firsthand knowledge I have, and you heard. I know you weren't there in the room, but I was when Ernest and Buff had their thing in Sturgis.
And you instigated it.
No man, don't put a heat on me.
Look, that's what Bagwell said. Don't.
That's what. Yeah,
I'm just
that
going
is
by what he said. He
that
said
that
you
is that
instigated
is
it.
what Buff said. But I
Okay, is he lying?
no, yeah, he's lying.
You said no at first.
No,
You
he's
said
lying.
no. And then you
No,
corrected yourself because that's the narrative that you created
no,
after the
no,
fact.
absolutely not. Is he lying? Absolutely, because we
You
went
said no.
all went to the bus
Okay?
afterward, and first thing Buff says, and no joke, you can ask Kat about this. You know, first thing Buff says is, "Well, it's all Sonny's fault." That's what he said.
Which
And
means
Eric
you have
said,
been doing some
I looked
talking.
at him.
You've
I
been
go,
doing
"What the
something
hell?"
behind the scenes. What were you
Well,
doing?
I wasn't doing anything.
You said something to somebody. You
Nope,
said
I
something to
didn't.
Eric.
No, that's when Eric said, "Shut the fuck up, Buff. You have nothing to do with Sonny."
Oh yeah, Eric gonna always protect his buddy.
Well, no, it wasn't like that.
Well, how do I know that?
Well, you go ask Eric. Go ask Kat.
Eric, man, what exactly? Whatever you two done conjured up between the both of you.
Okay, let's see if I can work this out. I'm gonna try to put a heat on you. See if I can start
He
some
don't
rumor
mean.
about you.
Well, I'm not talking to rumor. I'm just going by what was said about you. Was that true? Was that
Abso-
true?
Absolutely not. I didn't do anything.
Okay,
I
let
didn't
me
do
ask you
anything but
this. Let me ask you this.
yes,
On this cross examination that I'm
yes,
attempting to do right now, okay?
yes, yes.
Why would Boff Bagwell say it's Sonny's fault if you had nothing to do with it?
Because he was messed up. And here's the deal. Here's basically what
What?
happened, right? Do you know what
Okay.
really happened? The whole thing. Buff did not want a job,
I know that.
but the storyline, the people, the Kevin Sullivan, and all the people who was the storyline was Buff was making fun of us the whole time. We're the heels supposed to be, and but he's semi heels, NWO,
Right.
and but he took a heel position. If you remember, those of you can find it on Peacock and Nitro. Remember, he did a blackface of Ernest Cat Miller, bald
See,
cap and all,
it
and
earned.
and,
I
and
remember. I
also
remember that.
also had another guy pretend to be me with the Asian mask on.
I see.
So
I
the rubber
understand.
band,
And I
so the
and
rubber band around the eyes keeps snapping.
I
Doctor,
remember that.
as Doctor Who meant you,
I
white
remember
guy.
that, and I'm trying to figure out why did you guys really let that happen without protesting? You and Ernest Miller,
We
a
looked at Ernest.
Asian man, a Japanese man, and a half black man, Ernest Miller.
Light skinned black guy.
He ain't black at all, brother. This joker is
He always says
cobbling. He's a cobbling Asian.
he
I
always
think he's
says
cobbling Asian like Tiger Woods. That's what I think he is.
Tiger Woods half Filipino. Mama's half Filipino.
Okay, I'm just saying. I
He's
think that's
half,
what Ernest
he's a
Miller, beat it
hybrid.
as it
Black
may.
man. We talked about this like a couple weeks ago. Black man
Yes.
and Asian makes them pretty fast runners, basketball players, tennis players.
He has some sprinkled in there. I'm telling you. But beat it as it may, why didn't the
No,
47 to 52% of the blackness in him, why didn't that come out? And you, being full-blooded Japanese, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect
no.
my culture, man.
Hey, they only did it once, but we said something to Tim Goodley. Remember him?
I remember Tim Goodley.
I don't know how black he was, but he was our.
Tim Goodley was a modern day Jason Whitlock. That's what he was.
He was considered the minority HR representative.
He represent me.
Yeah, you and I went to his.
We don't need him, Sonny. We never needed him.
Remember in Baltimore?
Yes, I remember that. You and I didn't need him then. We didn't need Tim Goodley then, and we don't need him now.
But we did say, hey, is that okay for them to do that on the national TV? He went like this. He went,
That's what he did. He probably didn't even know about it, Sonny.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
It probably got past him. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. We didn't.
But
We
you trying to
barely
get me
knew
off.
about it. We barely knew about it. Just before the show.
Wow. I'm just saying, how does something like that get past the powers that be? How does something like that get past the powers
Well,
that be?
because clearly the bookers, and we say this. I mean, I love Kelvin Sullivan and the group, but when you have a group of white guys booking,
Right.
they're not sensitive to some of the African American issue. Clearly blackface is a no.
Right.
So I don't know how that got passed, but it got passed to the booking department, and all the bookers are white. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but still. Then again, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
That some people not so much as insensitive to
No.
a cultural
Right.
type disrespect. They just don't know.
Right.
And
right.
this is why I do the black and white show, to educate people on things they don't know or not privy to. That's why I love doing. That's why I love doing the show.
Have you
And
gotten
that's
it?
why I get good emails of people hitting me back saying, Stevie, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Well, I know you never thought about it like that. You know why you never thought about it like that? Because you never had to.
Yeah, because you never lived it.
You ain't got to live it. The thing about anything, Sonny, I know things about the Japanese culture that I don't supposed to do and bring up. You know why? Because I read about certain things in that Japanese have gone through. We've talked about certain things in this show, from the war and this, that, and the other. So there's certain things. When I was getting ready to go over there for the first time in 1992, I think, yeah, I want to know this.
But
That's the kind of person I
but
am.
you can still educate your friends
Right.
that that's not cool.
No,
And
no,
and
no.
and,
Educating
and
somebody just to saying it's not cool, Sonny, is one thing. Educating a person means you got to know where things start to how they
oh,
get to where they are.
explain all
Not
that.
just saying it's cool, because that's just like hitting a child, and the child don't even know what you're hitting them for or spanking them for.
Mhm.
So in essence, they continue to do the same thing.
And just like I tell you that it's not cool because you're my friend, you should never use two words when you're talking to Japanese. You know, you shouldn't
What
use
two words?
sneaky. If I come back behind you, you
What's
can't go,
that?
God damn it, son, you don't sneak up on people like
I already told you that I don't turn my back. I already told you that. I ain't got to say it. I'm just not going to let it happen. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm just make sure every time you move this way, I'll move that way. That's all I'm going to do. I already know. I ain't turning my back on you, brother. I told you that a long time ago. You my man, 50 grand, but I ain't turning my back on you. You know what I'm saying? I might get the old shaft in the ribs,
Who got me? Motherfucker.
And then you get in front of me real quick, cause you're small, and say, "What happened, dog? What
What
happened?
happened?
What happened to you?" Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, but I remember that.
Yeah.
I just took exception to the fact that you guys let Buff, you more than anybody, let Buff try to physically assault
Yes.
Ernest the Cat Miller. And you right
Well,
in the middle that you could have got in the way.
I was sitting next with my fucking 6 months old baby my wife was holding, and Buff tried to
Did you
slap
have your
Cat.
baby? Did you have your baby in there?
My wife was holding the baby. I'm sitting next.
Oh,
I'm sitting next to my wife. Cat's on the other side of my wife, and
right.
Buck tried to slap Cat. Cat just tried to lean back and leaped right off the fucking table. No joke.
Oh
And
man.
and
He
it was
told
like,
me one of Doug Dillinger's security guys
yeah, yeah,
grabbed him, and he was he couldn't tell. I don't know which one it was. I can't remember which one it was, but he told me, because Doug had the same
two guys,
three
two, two,
guys.
two guys always, but one was the shorter guys, other
Right.
was a little bigger.
One was a
Yeah,
tall one. But
yeah,
then he had one more that come around not all the time.
right, right,
He had like an alternate guy.
right, right.
But he can. I think it was the big guy that grabbed Cat, right?
Yeah,
And Cat was like, he said, I couldn't get away from this dude, man. The dude was strong as hell. I mean, that's what they do. That's a cop, man. That's what they do all the time.
fall apart, and it was huge, fall apart.
Oh,
And,
really? Who pulled both?
well, I don't know, probably not a security guy.
Oh, the short
But
one with the mustache?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and there was,
I used to know their names, man. I can't think of their names now.
and there was a lot of yada 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 talk going. And says, Ernest can go. So Buff didn't want none of Ernest. I guarantee you.
So let me get this straight. I've never really gotten down to the real nitty gritty.
Dude, we need to get Ernest here so we could all talk.
That's true.
You
But
know,
I'm trying to figure out.
why don't you
I'm
set
trying to
up?
figure out the hostility.
I thought I knew. I found out later. It had to do with Buff's ex-wife thing.
You think that has something to do with it?
No, everybody says no. Cat says no.
Well, I think I asked the cat about that, and he said no also.
Yeah. So, but since Buff the one instigated, you would have to ask Buff. But I think people has asked Buff, and he said
I don't
no.
think Buff even knew himself.
Yeah, you're right. All I know was this, and I know this to be a fact.
Okay.
Buff was drinking before the show. In the car.
Okay, well, how does Bischoff, being in an authoritative position, let something like that happen?
Because he was in the car drinking with one of the bookers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then
Eddie,
that guy should be reprimanded.
correct.
He
I
should be
agree.
reprimanded for doing something like that. And on top of that, you should be reprimanded for trying to assault another professional wrestler.
No, I agree. And I remember
But I
Eric.
ain't never heard you talk about it.
No, but Eric basically, had on the bus, and Ernest, the one who said, because they were going to call off the match.
Ernest said he wanted to go ahead with it.
Eric, yeah, Ernest, the one who says, I'll go. I can still go. I'm not, if you start throwing potatoes, it's coming right back at you.
He ain't gonna do that.
No, Buff didn't do it. But Buff was professional as he could be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. After that match was over,
Yeah,
that man should have been suspended without pay for 30 days.
yeah. Didn't happen.
Oh, those are
No.
some of the things I had problems with when it came to WCW. I had problems with things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But you were there. You
Yeah, I was
instigated
there.
the whole thing. That was allegedly by Buff Bagwell. I don't know. I
No,
wasn't
Buff did.
there.
I just talked to Buff.
You know what I'm saying? You just talked to him.
Yeah, I just talked to him. I got him on one of them Funko Pop deal.
A what?
You know those Funko Pop, one of these things. One of these.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You got him a deal.
I got him a deal.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. Hey, I
Good for you.
get you a deal too, but you know me. I get a piece of everybody.
I'm like you, Cal. I mean, Kush. Of what? Yeah, he needed. Yeah, well, that's good of you, Sonny. You got a good heart, Sonny.
That's right.
You got a good heart.
Buff called me and said, "Hey, how can I get in on that?" And I said, "Yeah, I can make it happen."
Well, good, man.
I
That's
got
good. Like I said, good for you.
DDP called me. I got him one. I got him hooked up there.
Now, let me get these things making money. Is anybody making any money off them?
Apparently, there's money to be made because I have mine coming out by next WrestleMania, which is April.
April.
Yeah, and they're doing a limited of 100 of them for me. Uh, uh, I have a guy who's investing, who works for Funko, is going to invest, and I think they're pre-selling for like $300 a piece signed.
Really?
Yeah, limited edition.
What
Yeah,
they selling at? Here in the States or overseas?
I don't care. All I know is
I'm just asking.
no. I don't know. I think they sell them in states. Um, they'll do pre-sale, and it's a collector thing.
Right.
So I think it's less. I don't want thousands and thousands of them. And if I can have
Why not?
no, I want like 300. I don't want mine on a discount shelf at Walmart
Oh, why not?
for $3.95. What?
Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with being on the shelf at Walmart. I'm telling you.
No, but I don't want thousand. I want like 300 of them that sells for $300.
Power on.
Oh, okay.
Bluetooth pairing.
Because I'm like,
Bluetooth connected.
when WWE send me a check
Hmm.
every quarter.
Do you have a Funko?
A what?
Funko Pop. I know your brother just got his a little bit ago, like a few months.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of the things until you told me about them.
Well, I can send you a picture of his because I have a connection.
Mate, it might be 100 guys out there that's got them. Like
Well,
I said, I never
that's why
heard
I'm
of them.
asking you, do you have one?
No, I don't.
Well, how come your brother got one and you
I
don't?
don't. I don't know because I mean we got deals with WWE.
I know. Yeah, I know. But it's kind of strange that your brother has one and you don't have one because you guys are
I
Hall of Fame.
don't know. I don't know. You can make one outside our likeness and everything with
Okay.
WWE.
I mean, I can see it to a certain degree because he went on. You didn't go to. You didn't follow the same path. Booker
Hmm.
T certainly went out and made a name for himself as a single Booker T. He still is. Um, you know,
Hmm.
still doing the thing. So I can understand that part. But
But
I
I'm
would
just
think,
saying that company is not associated with W. Are they associated with the WWE?
yes, they have
Okay,
licensing deal.
okay. Well, then that's why. That's why because Russo, I think Russo, he got one, but I don't know if it's him. I can't remember who it is.
Yeah.
It was a little doll like you just told me, and I can't remember who it is though.
Yeah, Funko is, Funko.
Huh?
Funko is a company, you know,
Right.
that 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 makes that style of little
Right.
dog. So,
Right.
but
But like I say, careful. He will try to Funko Pops. He did the Matt and Jeff Hardy photo from last week. I didn't see the photo. I didn't see the photo. So like I said, they might be making they if they got a deal with WWE, that's why.
yeah,
You know, I thought this was a company that only you were dealing with.
no, Funko Pop is the big time. They make doll for everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mattel. I mean, Disney, all the movie characters, Spider-Man, Thor, all that stuff.
Oh, okay. So how is Buff getting a deal then? How you set that up?
Because Buff does not have a deal, legend deal like you,
Uh huh.
so he can licensing his own. So he's
Oh
having
no
on
no
band.
no. That's the thing. I don't have an exclusive deal because I don't work for them. If you see
Right.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't have
you
an.
can get one. Buff wanted Funko because he knows when he goes to these
Yeah.
these
What?
signing, people want them, and you can sell them for good money.
Right. Like I
And
said, I don't have an exclusive deal. I have a Legends deal. That's totally
right,
different.
right,
Exclusive deal means you work for them.
right.
I don't work for them. I
Yeah,
just
and
bar I
mostly
just
a
borrow my
that
likeness.
exclusive is a license deal, right?
Huh?
Mostly the exclusive deal with the licensing.
Uh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But not in a Legends deal. Exclusive deals is the guys that work for like my brother. He works for Vince.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's employee.
Yeah.
I'm not employee. I'm kind of like the guys in college. The guys in college that launch their likeness
Right.
and they can get paid for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the Legends deal is. I mean, I have no restrictions. I have no restrictions
Okay.
as far as outside entities and outside deals.
Right.
Now, anybody that works for them exclusively, then that's a whole nother deal.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I signed a three different game deals, video game deals, and none of them's exclusive. So
Okay.
you know,
So,
but next week I am off. Yeah, next week I'm off to um,
the Wizard,
Vegas for you know gamers, games, video game companies,
right.
uh, uh, blockchain, NFT, those things, convention, and
Okay.
and it's crazy. One party I'm going to ticket sales they sell these tickets for $2,500 a piece,
Yeah, I
and
think I remember you telling me about that.
yeah, it's a freaking a party, $300,000 party they throw.
Hey, if they got it, you already know what kind of people are going to be there before you even go in.
Well, yeah, and everybody trying to mingle and do stuff and try to get business contact and this and that. There you go. Yeah, there it is. A black bomber right next to Godzilla.
Yeah, look at that.
What is that? What is that? All right.
My fingers in the way.
Yeah, black bomber. There it is. That's a pretty pristine poster there. Did you just get that
Racist.
printed up?
I look at that racist propaganda.
I'm surprised you're not wearing like a Air Force jacket, the brown. Where you know what I mean? Right. With a
Yes.
big old atomic bomb thing on the back of the jacket.
Racist, man. See, this is what I go out and show young people. I show them this when I go out and speak to young people. Yeah. So that's why I don't have it. That's why I don't have it like on the walls and stuff like that, framed. I have to keep it with me. I have to keep it in pristine condition because I want people to see. Like before my daughter, my daughter went to Japan, right?
Right? Yeah.
I had to give her the talk.
Did you?
I had to give her the Japanese talk before she went. Yep. You know the talk? Yep. We had to
Yeah.
give her the talk. I said, baby, this is how it really goes down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my daughter was little, I used to always tell her, baby, travel. You ever get
Uh,
a chance to travel?
yeah.
You travel, go see the world, go see the United States of
I can
America.
see the Japanese young man coming after your daughter, going, "Man, are you
That I
really?"
showed her a picture. I said, I want you to watch the show. This is what I told her. I said, I said, I want you to watch the show with me and Sonny. Okay?
Oh my God.
So she watched the show one night before she went.
Yeah.
Yeah. She watched the show.
Yeah.
And I said, baby, look at him.
Look at him. Stay away
Look,
from men that look like this.
look at him. Don't see that smile on his face? Do not believe it.
Are you Miss Osaka? Tennis player? Oh, you are so beautiful.
Wait a minute. Is Naomi Osaka, is she half Japanese?
Yeah. What do you think
Oh,
her name
okay.
is Osaka? Her daddy is Japanese.
Is the daddy Japanese or his mother?
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody have to
Oh,
look that up. I don't know. But she's
right.
half.
I know. I know she was half one of, Asian,
Yeah. And you know that
Vietnamese or whatever.
black gene took right over. Left that Japanese gene in the dust.
Yeah, because she kind of tall. She kind of tall, man,
That's what I
for,
mean.
yeah.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Right,
But
exactly. That's
there
right.
was
We
a
did talk about it.
Japanese 4x100 team. Remember that?
Yeah, I'm looking at them the other day, a week or two ago.
Yeah, and the
You
dude
see that? They got third place, right?
yeah, on
Or was the second?
preliminary.
No, in the finals.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
They didn't beat the Jamaicans. Come on now.
I think that the Jamaicans got second, and I think the Japanese got third.
Okay, that might be right. But the Japanese
Wait a minute, man. You talking about a Japanese team even making a finals?
but none of them
I mean,
but
that.
wait, Stevie Ray, they didn't look Japanese at all.
Yeah, they did. Except for the last guy on anchor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
The
I
last
saw
guy on anchor, he made the finals in the 100 meters. I think he got 6th or 7th place.
Yeah, but that ain't. Yeah, that's. But he took all the black jeans. He had
What about the other 4 guys on the relay?
well, I don't know. Maybe they're
I'm
freaking.
telling you. I watched it, brother.
Maybe they
I'm
start.
telling you, should be proud. No. See, I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired of you.
Maybe they changed their diet.
No. You ain't right, bro. You ain't right.
They start eating, grits and shit. Ham hock and pig feet.
No. You wrong,
Pig
man.
feet,
I'm gonna
that's
tell
it.
you right now. I'm gonna tell you how wrong you are.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how biased you are. Borderline bigotry. This is what I'm gonna bring out right now. Yeah. Now, when Otani and the Japanese team
Yeah.
was playing for the World Baseball title,
Yeah. Yeah.
you called me up and said, "Hey Stevie, gotta watch Otani tonight, man. Gotta watch the Japanese." And I called you out then and said, "Man, you ain't never cared about no Japanese." But soon as they make the finals, there
Yeah.
you go. Got
Not
your
only did
Land
they
of the
make the
Rising
finals-
Sun T-shirt on, huh?
Yeah. Yes. And not only did they make it to the final, they beat the USA.
Exactly.
Who invented
Now-
the baseball?
Now the Japanese team making the finals at the World Track and Field Championships, making the finals in the 4x100 meter relay,
Yes.
and you didn't even care nothing about it.
Well, because
You didn't care nothing about it because that brother, the Japanese dude that got a little brother sprinkled in him, you didn't like that. I think you had a problem with that, bro.
what do you mean, a little sprinkle?
He had a little sprinkle in him.
No, that dude was more black. He had like
No, he wasn't, man. When he comes up to the line, they say
2% Japanese.
he said that I am from the land of the rising sun, Japan. That's what the man says.
Well, there's a couple of NBA players.
I ain't talking about them. They ain't made no finals. I'm talking about the Japanese team with 3 full-blooded Japanese guys and 1 Japanese guy with a little brother sprinkled in him, and you don't care nothing about it. Man, you got to explain yourself on that.
If he would have won, I would have given him a prop. But
What do you mean? You wasn't even watching and supporting him.
No, because I knew he wasn't going to win. They can't win against USA or Jamaicans.
You still supposed to support him, man. I don't care if the United States, I don't care if they're outmatched. I still support the United States of America. Do you know how many medals that African Americans has given this country in track and field in the last 100 years?
Well, let's do it this way. If you took all the medals the African American won for USA, how many medals does American have? Let's put it that way.
I'm just saying.
Starting with Jesse Owens. Come on now.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I am more proud
We
of Jesse
still
Owens.
support our people, regardless if they half black. They might have some half black and half white. We
Why?
still
No,
support them.
I support him.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
No,
Don't lie, dog. You don't lie, man.
yeah, I still support him. He got third.
The man out there representing your country, you don't even care. That's cold.
Well,
That's cold, man.
Yeah,
You don't even know his name, do you?
No, I have no idea.
That's a crying shame, bro.
He had a Japanese name though, right?
That's a crying shame.
I know his last name wasn't Jackson.
What is his last name?
I don't know.
You didn't care. That's the
I'll
the
look
hurting
it up.
part.
I'll look it up.
That's the hurting part. That you didn't care. The boy out there going against the world's best. Don't but 8 people make the finals. You know that, right? Don't but 8 people make the finals.
Oh, 100-yard dash, yeah.
100-meter dash.
100-meter, yeah.
8. This many right here. That's it. Make the finals. And one of them is from the island of Japan. You should be proud of that, man.
No, I am proud.
No, you're not. Don't lie.
But he didn't
Try
win.
to lie. Huh?
I'm glad he made the finals, but he didn't win.
Of course he didn't win. He had Americans out there. Where you going? Where you going?
What do you mean?
Yeah, you had 3 Americans out there. You wasn't gonna win. He knew that as soon as he put his jock strap on. He knew that. To keep his balls from jumping around. He knew that.
Power on.
Yeah. But you still got some other countries in here that you cannot run. And the Jamaican ain't the team they used to be.
No, since Usain Bolt kind of left, and
Well, Johan Blake was out there. They ate him. I think your Japanese boy beat Johan Blake,
wow.
who was the 2nd fastest man ever.
Well, prop to the Japanese African American.
You don't even care, man. That's what's cold.
Japanese African. How do you do that? African American, Japanese, African Japanese. Is that what you?
Bluetooth connected.
That's a crying shame, man. That's a crying shame, bro.
And dude's about the same shade as Ernest.
No, he's darker than Ernest.
I think you're right.
He's darker than Ernest.
Yeah, few shades.
See, my boy Real Cool says Sonny is horrible. That's what they saying about you right now. What they saying about you, man? Don't even support your own people.
I support him.
No,
but
you
they gotta
don't.
win.
Yeah,
No,
you support
they,
Otani. He
yeah.
can't even speak English.
No, he can speak English. He's smart. He has an interpreter with him.
Yeah, because I would ask him some questions how to get him crossed up.
Right. He's just
Yeah,
he's smart.
it's a crying shame, man. You don't even support your own. I would never do that. Rod Woodson, one of the best cornerbacks to ever play football, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, drafted #1. He's half black and he's half white. I supported that man from the time back in the days when he was at Indiana. He was a world-class hurt law also.
Is he half white or is he?
He's half white and half his dad is white and his mother is black. Franco Harris, half Italian, half black. I supported him from the day he got to the Steelers, which made me a big Steeler fan. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not like you. I'm not like you, Sonny. I don't shun the other half of people. I don't do that. And just because the man got a black daddy,
How do you know it's Black Daddy?
because you got all them damn military bases in Japan. That's why. What else they gonna do?
What else? Get the local women pregnant. God damn. What else they gonna do?
What else they got time to do, baby? Don't come near this military base. Wherever there are military bases, Germany, Japan, Korea, hey, be looking for somebody that come out of those areas that don't look like everybody else.
You see this new coin? I know you're getting ready to talk music started. I know you're getting ready to go home. But
Okay.
you see this coin? Can you see this coin?
Yeah, I see it.
You see?
I
I'm
see it.
pushing this. This is you heard of Bitcoin?
Yes.
You heard those coins, you know what I mean? Those
Yes.
This is the coin I'm gonna start to push here. This is called the shit.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, Sonny.
I want you guys to start buying some shit coins. Send them
Real-
money, care of Sonny Ono. And right now, shit coin's not being traded, but he's gonna start.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here first from my man Sonny Ono. Glad everybody was able to hang with us tonight after your Labor Day. But at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, world's most dangerous podcast. For my man Sonny Ono, I am Stevie Ray. You got any parting words, Sonny?
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas, and like 12th to the 15th. Those of you out there in Vegas, come and see me. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm gonna go see Disco at the Disco runs that strip club over there, and I might have to go see. I might have to go see. Remember Papa Shango? He runs the strip club.
Okay,
over
brother.
there too.
Well, all right, guys. We're out and be one.